Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? Welcome back to Mama's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my vegetable soup. I'm going to be using two vegetables here, two leafy vegetables. I have collard green and kale. I'm going to be using some red oil, salt, smoked fish. Here in this bowl I have a combination of goat meat, stripes with the shaki, stockfish and pomo here. I have chopped onions. I'm going to be using some Knorr cubes. You season it as much as you want. I'm using just two, but you can put more if you want to. And I'm going to be using my fresh orange pepper. So let's get in the kitchen and make this happen. Okay, I'm getting ready to boil my meat. I have all the meat here. I have blended crayfish and pepper and some chopped onions. I already seasoned it with salt. I'm going to just use a little bit of the Knorr tomato powder, just a little bit. And then this is like half spoon of, it's not even up to half spoon, just tiny bit. You don't need a lot of this. In as much as I like the taste that it gives to food, I don't want to use it a lot because it's always salty. It's salty. So I'm going to just start boiling this and we'll go from there. Okay, here I'm washing the fish. Make sure you wash it very well. Most of these fish have a lot of sand in them, some of them, so you have to really wash it very well. I'm going to add that fish as soon as the meat boils for about 20 minutes. Now add the smoked fish in it. Wash it very well. You can leave them in big chunks or small chunks. I'm going to break them up here because I want them to be in biteable sizes. I don't want it to be chunky because all the meat that I'm using is there already, so this will just be cut into bite sizes. So the meat is now boiling. See why I did not put a lot of water in it? Because I knew it's gonna be water after it boils for a while. So you don't really need to add water when you're boiling it. I'm going to add my smoked fish. Let it boil for a while. Now I'll add the smoked fish. Okay, this meat has been boiling for about almost 20 minutes now. So I'm going to add the smoked fish. Just gonna add it on top and let it cook with the meat. Let me turn it around. At this point, I'm just going to turn the stove, turn it low. Because we're not using a lot of water, so I don't want the meat to get burnt. So I put this back in it and I cover it and let it cook for 10 more minutes and we'll be back. Making the cooking the soup right now. I'm putting oil in the pot. I always like to melt my oil and at least bleach it a little bit before I pour it inside the main soup. So this is the vegetable oil here, and I'm going to put my onions. You see, I'm not really frying it, I'm just trying to melt the oil. That's what I'm doing here. So I put my onions and just let it fry itself a little bit, just like for 5 minutes, nothing much. This is the way I do my oil. I like to melt it and fry it a bit before I pour it inside the soup. Because if you don't do that, the oil needs to cook. If you don't do that, then you may taste the rawness. So this is how I always do mine. I'm going to pour just some of the pepper because I'm still going to use this pepper later on. So I'm pouring some of it inside the melting oil, and I'll let this simmer for 3 to 5 more minutes. So you can see the oil is really ready. So I'm going to pour it inside the soup. The meat here is soft and cooked. It's cooked already, so I'm just going to pour the oil on it inside the pot. And give it a good turn. So I'm turning everything together. The reason why I do it like this is because most of the oil we buy in America has this funny taste, so that's why I always like to cook my oil very well before I pour it inside the soup. If I'm cooking this back home or with a very better quality oil, I may not use this style. I'm still going to upload another video of another system, another way you can make a vegetable soup. So I'm going to let this cook for a while so the oil will cook more and then get into the stock. This has been boiling for the past 10 minutes. So now it's ready for me to add the other ingredients. And remember, we're making vegetable soup. This vegetables sometimes have a lot of water in them. So that's why I don't really put a lot of water. You know, if you notice, the soup is so dry. But it's because I don't want it to be watery. I want the vegetable soup to really be, you know, thick. So now I'm going to add my stock cube, my Knorr cubes, and how I add mine is I put it on the side. I'll just leave it on the side here, and it's going to get soft, and then I'll use my spoon to melt it. So my stock cube, and then salt. Remember I told you I'm using stock fish, so I don't need too much salt. So I'm just going to wait for this to get soft, and then I'll use my spoon to mash it. If I don't want to touch the stock cube with my hands, I just pour it in and make sure I know where it is, and then when it gets soft, I mash it up. So I'm going to let it stay there for like 3 minutes. Yeah, the stock cube is finally soft. I'm going to mash it up and then turn the soup again. You can notice how thick this soup is. That's what I want. You can notice it is very, very, very thick. So I mix everything up. I bet you this soup is gonna be delicious. Just try and make it just this way, and I'm doing it, and you will enjoy it. So now I'm ready to pour in my vegetable. Remember I told you that vegetable has its own water, and that's why I did not add too much water to the stock when I was boiling it, because this vegetable is going to bring out its own water, and you don't want your vegetable soup to be very, very watery. You want it as thick as possible. So I'm just going to toss it a little bit, not really turning it at this point. Just toss it a little bit so that I make sure the pot is not burning. So you just gently toss it. Turn it very well. Mix up everything. I'm still going to add some more vegetable because I want a lot of vegetable in this. So I'm still going to add more. So I'm just tossing this so that it doesn't burn at the bottom. Then I'll add more vegetables. Then I turn down the heat and wait for it to simmer down. just gonna pour more because this is vegetable soup, so you really want a lot of it. If I have any left, I'm gonna put it in a Ziploc bag and keep it. I can use it to do something later on. But you want as much vegetable as possible because it's vegetable soup. Remember I told you I have kale and collard green here. Normally I will add spinach, but I don't have spinach in the house, so I'm just using kale and collard green. I'm gonna add more. I love vegetables. I don't like wasting, so everything is going in here. So just leave it here. I'm gonna let it cook for, I'm gonna cover this and let it cook for like 5 to 10 minutes. Then I'll come back to it. Okay, this has been boiling for about 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, actually it's like 10 minutes now. So I'm going to turn it again, mix it up. You see how thick it is? That's how vegetable soup should be. This is really thick. Even if I'm going to add water, maybe a little, but just start by making it thick like this. You can add water if you want to. This is better than when you add the water and then the soup becomes so watery. So, see? And I wish you can come and just perceive this delicious aroma. This is looking good. I can't wait to make my fufu and eat it with it. Mix it very well. And now I'm going to taste for salt. If I need to add more salt, this is the time to do that. So let me taste for salt and see if it's okay. Yeah, the salt is okay. I don't need to add any more salt. And this is really, guys, this is really tasty. This is tasty. This is the real thing. So lastly, what I normally do with my vegetable soup is to sprinkle my chopped pepper on top. Sometimes I sprinkle onions too, but today I have a lot of onions in the meat, so I let go of that. So you just put your chopped pepper over it like this. This is the last garnishing. I tell you guys, this soup is tasty. Now at this point, I will turn my stove down, put it to low, and then cover the pot for another 5 minutes, just for the pepper to cook. And then you mix it up and your soup is ready. So this has been cooking for like 5 minutes, like I told you. And now I'm just going to turn it for the last time. And soup is ready. Soup is ready. Guys, this is looking fantastico. This is really looking nice. If you can just make it this way, I'm sure I showed you, you will enjoy it. You can use any vegetable of your choice. Here, like I said before, I'm using, I use the collard green and kale. So I wish I had water leaf. Water leaf would have acted like a binder, you know, give it some hold, but I don't have water leaf. So the soup is ready, guys, and this is how I make my vegetable soup. You can eat this with you can eat it with rice. My children love eating it with rice. You can make your fufu. I like eating it with fufu or eba. This is really delicious if you try it. Okay guys, this is the soup ready with my fufu You can eat this soup with anything you want, rice, fufu, gari, whatever. You can even eat it on its own. Some children don't like to eat soup, so you can just give it and you cook it and give to your children just to eat, and make sure it's rich in vegetable like this. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so. Thank you. Bon appetit. See you in my next video.